I'm loading up there. Can you fill it up with diesel? And Greg said, don't bring it. That was the story.
$30. 30 seconds. Actually, less than that. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is 5:30 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. I call this meeting to order. Please rise for the invocation and pledges of allegiance. The invocation tonight will be given by my pastor, Drew Weber, pastor of Wesley Methodist Church.
Let us bow our heads. Most gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this wonderful city and this community. We thank you for this, all the leaders here tonight, Lord. And Lord, we just ask for your wisdom and your guidance as we look to govern this city appropriately and in a way that would reflect you and your love and your grace and your mercy and your overall judgment. Lord, because our goal is for this city to reflect you. And we thank you for loving us so much. And we pray all this in Jesus' most holy name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Drew. Join me in saying the pledges of allegiance to the flags of our country and state. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, we have citizen comments. At this time, members of the audience may comment on any city-related subject not on the agenda. Anyone wishing to speak shall sign in before the meeting with their name and address. Comments are limited to 3 minutes unless otherwise allowed by City Council. The Texas Open Meetings Act prohibits the council from discussing items not listed on the agenda. A member of the audience that desires to speak during City Council's consideration of any specific agenda items is requested to notify city staff prior to the start of the meeting. So citizen comments, I know first we're going to have Michael Mitchell. Is he in the back? He'll be answering questions about the letters a lot of people have been getting about water quality. Mr. Mitchell, please proceed.
So the letter in question is about
Who are you and what do you do for the city?
Michael Mitchell, Surface Water Treatment Plant Supervisor. So the letter in question is about the TTHM and the HAA 5 violation letter that you received. That violation happened in June while we were on a free chlorine conversion, and during a free chlorine conversion, the TTHM and HA5 levels are elevated 4 to 7 times compared to our normal when we're just on total chlorine, which is chlorine and ammonia. The samplers were supposed to come in May. They kept postponing. We kept calling, trying to reschedule. TCEQ is the one that picks the samplers. They make the schedule. They do allow us an extension if we're on free, but we used part of that in January when we were on free chlorine for the winter event. And then we used the other time earlier for the earlier part of June. They came at the very end of June. So the samples were very elevated. So the water violation was for June. The water now is safe. It's the problem now is the locational running average. And that's based off the previous 4 quarters. It's not the water samples that we're taking now. All those have dropped well below the MCL, the maximum contaminant level. So we know what the problem was. It was because we were on free chlorine. It was a sampler scheduling problem. Water District 10 out where I live, they're under the same exact violation right now due to the same sampler, same scheduling. This violation will continue for the next quarter or two because of the locational running annual average. As soon as that level comes down, we can, the violation will go away. We're going to have some links posted on the social media and the website where you can get more information on this. There's a Texas Drinking Water Watch website that gives you, one he has posted, it gives you all of our sample results. And right there, that gives you the sites you need for this specific violation and what to type in, what to look for. I'm always available for questions. So you can always call the plant. I prefer you call the plant and let's have a conversation about it. And then if I can't answer your question, I will find the information and give you a call back. But this is something that we hate that it happened, but it happened and we're going to get through it. Like I said, it was a violation in June. TCEQ drafted the letter September 10th. We received it September 14th or so. Mayor was out. I was out when I got back on the 17th. I contacted TCEQ public notice team and the exceedance level department about this. I've sent in the report for that, got that back. And then we sent out the public notice as soon as we got approval from TCEQ. I have a guy coming tomorrow that we're going to discuss other options for this in case we're going to try to avoid it, but we can't pick the samplers of the schedule. And then we're also after November, we're scheduling a TCEQ class at my facility for all my operators put on by TCEQ top department to be able to further address these issues if they come up in the future.
So is it normal for them to take that long all the way from June to?
Really not supposed to. This is citizen comments.
Okay.
so,
Okay.
yeah. Right. It'll be probably on the agenda next time. So we can have but because we started getting calls and stuff on about Wednesday of last week, the agenda has to go in on Tuesday, as y'all know, by the new changes of we couldn't add it. So we just wanted to have Mr. Mitchell here to just provide information. Unfortunately, no dialogue, but provide information, provide these links. The number to the plan is 409-723-1540. And contact him and he'll be glad to give you the information just like he did now. And we thank you. No. When he's on the agenda, it will be allowed. Yes. All right. Any other citizen comments? Yes. No, sir. Any other citizen comments? Any other citizen comments? Hearing none. Regular agenda. Oh, well, I don't have the list. So that's why I'm asking, because I don't have the list. So go ahead, Mr. Hallmark. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Very helpful. Oh, we got a few on them. Yeah, we do.
My name is Charlie Hallmark and I reside at 614 North 26th Street. And the reason I'm here is because prior to 2015, we had a pre-existing condition that was going on in the easement behind our house in which the city has a sewer line. And the pre-existing condition was that when it rained, the water drained off. So there was no issues at all. And then sometime in 2015, I can't remember when, the city had to repair a sewer line that was in that easement because there were some environmental issues going on. So I don't know if it was the city that did it or whether they had a contractor that did it, but they came in and they did some work. And they dug the line up and they repaired the line. And then, of course, you know, you got to do a bunch of dirt work and all that stuff, covering it back up. Well, soon after that, we had a huge rain event and the water just would not drain off. And we had another rain event and the same thing happened again. We called the city out. At that time, the gentleman was very nice. He was very professional. He said, I don't know what is going on. He said, I've been living here. I've been working in the city for years. I've never known of this easement to hold water the way it is. And so he said, let me get my supervisor. So he did. They came out. And he was short timing it. He only had like a week or two left and he didn't want to deal with it. And he said, look, I don't know what to tell you. Just bring in some dirt and fill it in. And I'm like, you can't do that to a city easement. You can't just bring in a dump truck of dirt. And because the thing about easements is that they run with the land. They don't run with the individuals. So, you know, as properties change hands, that easement stays with the land. So that way the city isn't having to renegotiate easement rights with the landowners. And so I knew better than to do that, but he didn't want to deal with it. So we've been dealing with this time and again. And about the time we'll deal with somebody, they'll hand us off to somebody else. And there's been a lot of change in the Public Works Department. And the water, it fills up the easement. It comes into our backyards. It gets underneath our storage buildings. It got into my workshop. We had toads. I'm not talking about bullfrogs or anything. We got toads that are very poisonous to pets and you know, your little grandbabies that are running around out there. And the thing is that every time we call somebody, we are promised that something is going to get done about it. We're going to look into it. We're going to come up with a plan. We're going to have an elevation certificate done. None of that's ever happened. We were told they were going to talk to DD7 and come up with a drainage plan with DD7 and see what they say. I know people at DD7. I've been involved a lot in my career. I know a lot of people at DD7. They've never heard of anybody from the city of Neyland calling them. So my concern is the fact that right now I'm paying $1,100 a month for a flood policy for a home that's located in an area that doesn't require flood insurance. And the reason I have it is to protect myself and our house from that easement flooding into our house. And the only alternatives that we have been given is that we do something about it. Well, I didn't dig the sewer line up. I didn't do that. We had a pre-existing condition where that easement did not hold water and it did not back water up into all of our yards.
Yep.
After they did the work, it does. So I don't really think it's my fault that my yard floods because of the work that the city did.
Although no comments, Ms. Dowden, let's come up with a game plan on this.
We were gonna sit together and maybe meet with those neighbors. It doesn't just affect the Hallmarks.
Okay, good.
I mean, look, I've been in public service, you know, I've held elected positions before in my lifetime. I know how tough a job y'all have. But I also never wanted to be ever accused of not representing the people. That's why you're here. Y'all are our advocates. I mean, I can't fight without your help. I'm just saying, do what's right. We didn't do anything wrong. We didn't go back there and dig in there.
Right.
We didn't create this environment. We didn't do it. We're just asking for y'all to help us. That's all we're asking for.
And you heard me say what I said a couple of minutes ago to
Okay.
come up with a game plan. Let's get this going. It's been 10 years.
No, yeah. We've been patient.
Yeah,
We've
you
worked
have
the
been.
process.
And,
Trust me.
and let the record reflect, I've met with y'all a couple of times
I
since.
appreciate the mayor coming out. It was real refreshing to see someone come out from the city. That's the first elected official that's ever come out and looked at it. And, but thank you very much.
Yes,
I
sir. Thank
appreciate
you.
your time.
Thank you. James Corcoran. Okay. And James Jackson as well? Same, okay. No more public comments then. We'll go on to regular agenda, new business. Hey, minutes of the September 22nd, 2025 regular meeting and the September 16th, 2025 special meeting. Ms. Dowd.
Mayor and council, attached are minutes of September 22nd, 2025 regular meeting and the September 16th, 2025 special meeting for council review and approval.
I'll accept the motion, council.
So moved.
Second. This is on both of them, gentlemen?
Yes.
Okay. So a motion by Sonia, seconded by Ortiz to approve both of these minutes. Any discussion, council? Any discussion, public? Hearing none. All in favor, please let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. 4B, discussion and possible action to approve an amended agreement with Westwood for the 2025 sanitary sewer rehabilitation Western Section project. And then closely related is C, but we'll get there when we get there. So Ms. Dowden.
Mayor and council, James Roberts with Westwood Professional Services here. He is proposing an amended agreement for the western section that was approved by City Council, I believe, in August. What we were sent was what I had received from the Public Works Director. And I don't know if you recall, but there were some variances and differences in amounts. And it's because what I was sent by the Public Works Director at the time was not the correct agreement. And so I'd asked Mr. Roberts here to discuss the modifications, what the differences are. And this is his proposal, and he's here to go over those differences between the initial contract and the initial amount and the current proposal.
Mr. Roberts.
Thank you. Mayor, council members, appreciate the time. Jim Roberts with Westwood. Apologize for the confusion that there was with the previous proposal that y'all had. It was our understanding that y'all had the one that we had presented previously that we're going to talk about today. So just to recap, this is the wastewater rehabilitation project for the west side, approximately 15% of the project of the city area. This is based on SPI's study that they had done of the sanitary system. It includes approximately 85,000 feet of pipe, existing sanitary pipe, and manholes as well, to ultimately to improve the city's I&I problems and update the city's aging sanitary infrastructure. This is the project area here. We had broken the project into two phases, phase one and phase two. Phase one is the main trunk line shown there, the blue and red highlight. Phase two is all the other sanitary lines, the smaller lines that feed into the trunk line. The trunk line feeds in ultimately to the wastewater plant on the far right of the exhibit there. None of this is any different from what we had proposed previously. The scope involves approximately the phase one, 6,600 feet of main line between 12 and 30 inch sanitary lines. Some of this may be upsized. SPI is completing hydraulic analysis. And so we don't know what the final sizes of those lines will be. But we'll incorporate that into our design. Phase two, all the smaller lines between 6 and 12 inch, approximately 78,800 feet and 19 manholes to be repaired or replaced. This is our proposal that we had presented last time that I'm here to discuss today. The separate phases are shown there. Phase one, approximately 183,000, phase two, 468,000, the total fee of 651,000. And the difference between, I think the original proposal that you all had seen, total $582,000, is about $68,000 difference. And the proposal that you had, we didn't know that had been sent up to council. And really, we had gotten ahead of ourselves, frankly, with submitting that to Rob. A final review with senior people involved in the project. We had just underestimated the time that it would take to design and oversee construction for nearly 90,000 feet of pipe, nearly 16 miles of pipe. And a lot of that has to do with just the design work for all the sheets that are involved for that many feet of pipe, and the time it takes to review the video for 16 miles of pipe. It's a lot of video that really has to be looked through foot by foot for every flaw that there is, every collapse or root intrusion or point repair that needs to be made. And ultimately that the condition of that pipe reflected onto a plan sheet. And then the time that it takes to go over that with the city, prioritize the pipe and go over it with the city and work out a CIP for how y'all are going to pay for 16 miles of pipe rehab over several years. That is also included in our fee. So it's just, it's a lot of pipe, time consuming project. They needed the extra budget to complete all that task. If you still look at Westwood's fee, just the design fee, item B, the cleaning and televising is by our sub Ames, who does the video work. The rest of the fee is actually Westwood's. If you look at that as percent of construction, approximately 5.6 million. It's about 5%, which for a project like this is pretty modest percentage of construction. So we think the fee is fair. Let's consider that today.
Members of council, any questions for Mr. Roberts?
So, Ms. Dowden, is this a result of the city not getting the contractor what they need? Or, because I'm hearing you say we got a little ahead of ourselves, and I'm also hearing that the public works director, the former public works director, who's no longer employed at the city, didn't get all the information you needed to give us an accurate bid. So I'd like some clarification on that from whoever has that information.
That is my understanding. I went back and looked at what Mr. Woods had submitted. He had submitted on August the 18th, the old agreement, didn't have all of the documentation with it. I did not know that until reviewing this particular contract and talking with Mr. Roberts. He had gone through, I told him to send an email with the explanation of the changes of why the additional cost. And he had, based on what he had saying, is based on the quantity of pipe, the level of detail, the increased number of plan sheets and added field visits to identify obstacles and plan bore pits. So that was one of the major items, the bid phase that would allow additional time for plan review. And that's why the increase on that, the construction admin increased due to the amount of pipe that we're reviewing or that they are reviewing. So that's my understanding. I was not here and working with the Public Works Director, so I really can't answer that. I just know that the agreement that I was sent for the August 25th agenda was not the correct one. And I never did get the correct one from him. I'm assuming it was do you remember when it was, this proposal was submitted to the city?
The date should be on the proposal, I think. I don't remember the date of that.
July, it was July. Because I believe it was July, because it was several weeks. Yes, July 17th. So.
Well, it's been a while, and we thought that had been, that's what Rob had submitted to council. So we were,
It wasn't
which wasn't correct.
correct. It was not
Didn't
correct.
include everything that it needed to include.
And the August 25th may be the date on that, but that was the day I went to the hospital. And I remember 2 weeks later, we actually voted on it. So we actually voted on September the 8th.
Okay,
Right.
yeah, we postponed it, I believe.
Right, we did.
Any other member of council have questions?
Yes,
or-
sir. I have a question here on the construction phase services. How many man hours are you allotting to oversee the construction phase?
actual number of man hours, I don't have that in my head. We do a man hour projection. I can get that number for you.
Okay.
I don't
I
know.
like that up there. And then question on the bid phase services, I see phase one and phase two are identical on it. But basically phase one, we're looking at 6,600 feet versus 78,000 feet. So there seems to be. I'm okay with the phase two, but should that phase one be a little less since it's that shorter line of only 6,600 of a main versus all the smaller lines?
It's a good question. Actually, the bid process really is not dependent on the length of the feet. Like
That's
the
the amount of
design.
resources you're putting onto it, so yeah.
It's the process is essentially the same. We advertise, we take bids, we vet bidders. We prepare the construction contract, we make the recommendation to the owner. And finalize construction contracts. It's essentially the same process regardless of the value of the contract. That's why I kept it simple and kept the fees the same for those.
Any other member of council have any questions or comments for Mr. Roberts or Ms. Dowd?
I have a comment, maybe a question out of this. I'm a little thrown off a little bit because we had the 582-249 submitted to council. Then there was a 600,000 floating somewhere that we never got. But my concern is, as you know, steward of people's taxpayers' money here, my concern is why wasn't these revisions of 68,790, why was this not on the first proposal? If this was so important, it's because we didn't have time to review. Like, I'm just trying to figure out, I guess, the process here, because I would have thought this would have been already in the proposal sent to us. How did I guess my question is, why was the 582-249 even sent if it wasn't right?
And that's why I say that if I had to go back again, I wouldn't have sent that. I think we had gotten ahead of ourselves with that estimate. And on further review with other people in our company, we felt we had underestimated the cost that it was going to take us to do this project.
So when, with respect, when did you guys notice that it was shorted $68,000? Before council approved the 580 some odd dollars, or after?
Before that. Because we had submitted the revised proposal before then to Rob.
Oh, okay.
And
Got it.
And he did not send it.
Send it to the previous.
He didn't send it.
And then he honored the the original price, which was $68,000 less.
Right,
Yeah.
we figured if that was our only bite of the apple, but in going back, we need that additional fee for this magnitude project. And that's why we felt necessary to come back and ask that from y'all. Wouldn't do it if we didn't feel it was necessary.
Thank you for answering my question.
Any other member of council have questions or comments?
No.
My only is if the council is going to approve this, just to be subject to legal review, I think we're still going through some of the contract language just to make sure we're in agreement on that.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Levin. Okay, I'll ask council, any member of the public have a question? Seeing none. Okay, I will now accept a motion from the council.
Make the motion to put it out there.
Motion by Sonia to approve.
Yes.
B. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
A second by Duplant. Any further discussion, council? Hearing none. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? No. Ayes have it. I asked for it. I asked
For
3
it.
times.
Asked for it earlier.
Of course, because comments are made whenever I ask for them. And no one. We only did B. We have not done C. Thank you. 4C, discussion and possible action to approve an engineering agreement with Westwood for the wastewater treatment plant facility assessment project. Ms. Dowden.
Mayor and City Council, attached is a proposed engineering services agreement with Westwood to assess the wastewater treatment plant. The facility assessment will consist of a tour of the wastewater treatment plant with operations staff to discuss current operations and conditions. Westwood will prepare a facility assessment documenting the existing conditions accompanied by rehabilitation or improvement work to include a preliminary estimate of construction cost and a schedule for potential implementation. The cost of the assessment is $73,900 that shall be paid via the 2024 combination tax and revenue certificates of obligation. The wastewater treatment plant supervisor, Danny Davis, had recommended approval. This was something the city had done for the water treatment plant recently. And so he had requested that same type of assessment be done on the wastewater plant going forward.
And Mr. Roberts, I assume you're here to talk about that one too.
Yes, sir.
All right, please proceed.
Okay, so this is the presentation for the proposal for wastewater treatment plant facility assessment. So the wastewater plant has not had a comprehensive evaluation of its facilities. We don't know how long, but possibly a few decades. It's an older plant. You can see some of the condition. There's a lot of rusting pipes, there's cracks in the tanks. And it's just time for a comprehensive evaluation. Your public works guys have been doing a valiant job of keeping it running, but enough things. It's time for an overall assessment to look at all of the components: mechanical, electrical, tanks, structural, soup to nuts. And so first thing we'll do is come out, do a photo documentation with the electrical engineer for assess a baseline condition. Then we'll do the condition assessment of all the facilities and make recommendations for rehab and improvements. We'll prepare project cost estimates. Most of this equipment is custom equipment. It's not off the shelf, so it takes a little while to get accurate cost estimates from vendors for this equipment. And then once we have that, we'll work with the city to come up with a capital improvements plan based on priorities from critical to not so critical, wish list items, for example. As Cheryl noted, we did a similar thing at the water plant, I think last year in 2024. And some of that is in construction now. One of the clarifiers is being rehabbed. The second one is due after that. So this is a plan view of the plant, an aerial view of the plant. A lot of moving parts, a lot of tanks. Just a quick list over there on the side. We'll do an overall site evaluation. We'll look at the lift station, grit removal process, aeration basins, clarifiers, sludge pump systems, the digester, thickener, and centrifuge system, blower system, UV disinfection system, the outfall, yard piping, operation buildings, and the electrical and SCADA system. There's a lot of components to keep a wastewater plant running. Our total fee is $73,900, which consists of $71,400 for the basic services and $2,500 for direct expenses, which is primarily site visits out here to look at the plant. And that's pretty much it.
Questions by council?
Yeah, the one question I have looking at this one here and, on the other one, I begrudgingly made the motion for the other one for the extra 68,000. I would like for the pencil to be sharpened a little bit more on this one here. I'm more interested in getting the engineering done for everything underground. That's where our big problems are. We know we need to address this one as well. But I would like to see some price reduction on that one there with all the funds we're spending.
On this fee here,
Yes.
we'll review it.
Any other council member have a question or a comment?
So I guess at this time, I would like to table the motion till they bring this back. Bring it back to us. Unless council has any other questions.
Motion to postpone.
Yes.
There is a motion to postpone.
Second.
The motions take precedent over anything else. So, motion to postpone by Sonia, seconded by Ortiz. Any discussion on the motion, council?
Is that just to postpone until he gets the information or to a
Correct.
definitive date? Okay.
And if you could have it back for our next council meeting,
Sure.
it'd be great. Thank you.
So postpone to the 27th then.
Yes, sir.
That's your second as well, to the 27th. Okay, postpone to the 27th. Any other discussion, council? All right, any member of the public have anything to say about the postpone?
Dana Wedgeworth, 712 Carriage Lane. I recommend that we look at this contract, not only on what they're proposing for this work scope, but the previous work scope as well. Because there is a contract that they put in the agenda. And if you read through it, it's got multiple depth. Just like I explained last meeting. They have not clarified anything in these documents. Okay. So it's a bait and switch to me. They give us a bid, everything they spell out in the bid, then they wrote a contract. I got copies of the contract read on. You want copies of them? Feel free, I'll give them. But you need to look at it. Not only on this one, but on the previous one. I'll give these to you after the meeting.
Thank you. Any other member of the public have anything to say? On three, C or 4C? Seeing none. All in favor of the motion to approve, to postpone, excuse me,
Yes.
postpone until October 27th, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
sir.
you. 4D, discussion and possible action accepting a donation from the Nederland Heritage Festival to the city of Nederland. Ms. Dowden.
Mayor and Council, Shannon Hemby with the Nederland Heritage Festival Foundation is here to present.
Hi, I'm Shannon Hemby from the Nederland Heritage Festival. Thank y'all for allowing me this time to be here. The Nederland Heritage Festival Foundation held a meeting on September 24th, 2025 to consider donation requests and to vote on the following. Nederland Animal Control for the amount of $2,477.04 for a dart gun. Nederland Fire and Rescue Department, $9,012.88 for 3 escape air packets. I believe those are replacements. Nederland Parks and Recreation for $11,853.22 for a new gym floor covering and storage rack. And the Nederland Police Department requested $14,841 for 3 police e-bikes. That's a total of $38,184.14. All donation requests by the city of Nederland has been approved by the Nederland Heritage Festival Foundation. So this is the best part of my job, and I do have letters of acceptance for the donations to present to each entity and with instructions on what the next step is.
All right.
Department heads.
So any of y'all have any questions or comments?
Thank you, Shannon. I know a lot goes into this,
Big thank you.
so
Thank you.
now I'm gonna move.
Any member of the public have anything to say?
Help the city.
Thank you, Shannon.
I will now accept a motion from council.
I'm going to move to accept item D.
See, second.
Motion by Jones, second by Ortiz to, as Ms. Hemby did, to show us the money. If you remember Jerry Maguire, anyway,
This label was no action.
just discussion and possible action to accept the donations. I think we have to.
Yeah.
Do something to make.
Accept it.
Yeah, to accept it. It would be dumb not to. Anyway.
Take it.
Yeah, exactly. All in favor of taking their money, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it.
Thank you,
very
Shannon.
much.
So Shannon, are you wanting to present a letter to each of the department heads? I
Okay.
think that's, have them.
Yeah, department heads, if y'all could come out, chief, the chiefs. Was there any other departments? Well, Dwayne's under, but he's under Chief Carroll and Parks, Toby,
Chief helped me make the.
to Dwayne, come on up, bro. Come on up, bro. Get your money. Yeah, y'all want a picture? Yeah, come on, y'all come on up here. Shannon, y'all come
See
on
all
up
the
here,
Recipients back here.
and the recipients as well. One big group? Yeah. Come on. Let's pretend like we like each other and squeeze in a little bit more. All right, thank y'all.
Can I make one quick comment?
Yes, ma'am.
Casey Taylor, not as a city business owner, but as the past chairman of the Nederland Heritage Festival, and I serve on the foundation board. We're just the people that get to meet, work, volunteer to put it all together. But the reality of these donations year in and year out are our citizens, families that come to our town, organizations that come out and spend a week with us with sweat, tears, etc., with food booths, craft markets, all the above. So everyone needs a round of applause, because in this area, our size festival generates more income for this community than any other on a percentage basis. So everyone should be proud.
And what are the dates of the festival in March?
This coming year is March 10th through the 15th. Just a little bit of information. I may be the only paid employee, however, due to the fact of all the volunteers, all the chairmen, all the executive board members, all the foundation members spend a lot of their free time, effort, and a lot of hard work. And one of them sits right here on city council, Britton Jones. And so I'm very blessed to be able to work with everybody, and I appreciate y'all very much. But with that being said, passports go on sale November 1st on our website at 12 o'clock, 12:01 a.m. and then in person October 3rd. So don't miss out.
And November 1st means November 1st, right?
November 1st.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Thank you much. 4E, presentation by Kay DeQueer regarding Nederland Economic Development Corporation's Fall Market Day and Fall Concert Series.
Mayor and Council, the Nederland Economic Development Corporation Director, Kay DeQueer, will provide information on the upcoming fall market and fall concerts.
Okay, so Maggie's going to give you a copy of the market day and of the concerts, but for anybody. I'll let you know. Just to give you an update, we've had 2 concerts so far, and this is our 5th year. So for those that have attended, last week's was not quite as large as the first one, but we're really impressed that the first one had over 200 participants there. But this is the first time in 5 years, and so I do want to mention all the sponsors, that everything was paid 100%. Like, we're not paying a penny for a thing because of our sponsors. So October the 2nd was the first concert. That was JAG, and Circle of Hope was our food vendor, and the Dornbos family sponsored that concert. Last week, we had Cajun Harmony. It was sponsored by American Legion Post 493 and Do Good Credit Union. This week's concert will be Jerry Diaz and Hannah's Reef. And all of them start at 7. They're over at 8:30, but you might want to get there around 6:15 because of the food. This week's food will be the Dude's Food, and it's sponsored by Mike Roebuck, Echo Group. And then the last one will be the 23rd, and it is sponsored by 5 Point Credit Union, N&T Construction, Philip and Larry Dowden, Attorneys at Law, Golden Triangle Emergency Center, the City of Nederland for the first time ever for $500. So thank you very much for joining in and being a part of us. And Architectural Alliance, all of those were $500 sponsorships. Classic Acura every year sponsors our stage. And then Johnny on the Spot has always provided our porta potties or our rest areas, but this year they sponsored it not only for the concerts, but also for our market day, which is, yeah, it's incredible. We're very blessed. So that allowed us to do commercials on Channel 12 as well as digital, and for the renting of our barricades. So if you get the chance, come out, make one of the concerts. Like Maggie said, this is a crazy busy week. We have something every single night. But Saturday, we have over 90 booths. So we close the street at 7. We start loading on the street at 7. They'll be set up by 9:30. It opens at 10, ends at 4. So please come shop our local vendors. Many of our businesses will say that if this is not as good as their Black Friday, it's the next best day to their Black Friday. So come out, and all of our stores will have something special as well. But thank you for closing the street and letting this happen. It's a great thing for our businesses. That's all I have.
Thank you, Kay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kay.
4F, discussion and possible action to approve a request from the Nederland Rotary Club to use Dornbos Park for the annual Hooked on Fishing, Not on Drugs, Hofnod event.
Mayor and City Council, the Nederland Rotary Club is requesting the use on Saturday, February the 7th, 2026. So this is a little early. The event will be held from 8 a.m. till 12 p.m. The Parks Director recommends approval of the request. I concur with Mr. Latiolis's recommendation. Legislate.
Mr. Nachale, you got
That's all
anything for us here?
Pretty much take care of things. So they pick their date. We're trying to get with
All right, any member of council have any questions, comments?
Hope they're not ice fishing.
Yeah,
I'll make a motion.
Second.
I'll
Okay.
second.
okay. Motion and second. Any member of the public have anything? Yes, ma'am.
President, the last couple of years, no longer the president, but thank you very much, because the impact it makes on all of our kids, and to see the hundreds of people that come just from our community, but then those from the outside. It's an incredible venue, and it's right here in our city. So thank you for opening the park for that.
Any other citizen comment? Okay, all in favor of the motion? Of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it.
Thank you, Toby.
4G. Discussion and possible action to approve the closure of Boston Avenue between 15th Street and 17th Street and all intersections on Friday, October 31st for the Nederland Chamber of Commerce's Trunk Art Treat event. Ms. Dowden.
Mayor and Council, the Chamber has requested the closure of Boston Avenue from 15th Street to the Energy right of way on Friday, October the 31st for their annual Trunk or Treat event. They've requested the closure of the street from 4:30 to 8:30 p.m. Recommend approval.
Ms. LaBorde, got anything to say? Okay.
I'll make a motion to accept.
Second.
Ball game's out of town.
Out of town ball game. Yeah.
Game. Yeah.
Okay. Any member of council have anything? Any member of the public have anything? You got anything else to say? Okay. All in favor of 4G, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. You got the street closure. You bet. 4H, discussion and possible action to approve a request from Windsor Stamey with Helena Park Elementary to use the Nederland Recreation Center Gymnasium for a field trip for the Helena Singers. Ms. Dowden.
Mayor and Council, the Helena Singers with their sponsor Windsor Stamey has requested the usage of the rec center on December 17th, 2025 for a field trip. Following Christmas Carol performances, including a visit to the Nederland Senior Center, their group would like to utilize the facility for a field trip. That would require the facility to be closed to the public during the normal business hours from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. that day. The Parks and Recreation Director recommends approval. I concur with his recommendation.
Nothing to add, Toby. Any member of council have any questions or comments? Any member of the public have a question or comment? I will now accept a motion.
Move item H.
Second.
Jones move, Ortiz second to approve item H. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. 4I, discussion and possible action regarding Johnny Powell's request for an extension to comply with city directives. Ms. Dowden.
Mayor and City Council, Mr. Johnny Powell has requested an extension. I'll go through he's requesting a 30-day extension to complete removal of his property encroaching on the city property. At the July 14th, 2025 council meeting, Resolution 2025-10 was approved, requiring him to remove all encroachments upon city property within 30 days, which would have been August the 13th. At the August 11th city council meeting, Mr. Powell requested an extension until September the 30th to comply with directives, which city council did approve. He is now requesting an additional 30 days to comply with the city council directives or by October 31st, 2025.
Mr. Wheeler, you got anything to add?
So it's one I'm looking at it. If we go October 31st, that's 109 days from when he was first served on it. So when we had the last extension, I said that'd be the last one. I'm not okay with going 30 days. I'm okay with going to the 31st and cut it off there.
Is that your
So
motion?
That is my motion.
We have a second.
I'll second.
Second, okay, by a motion by Sonia, second by Duplant. Any discussion, council?
Yeah, I have a question for Mr. Wheeler. So the only thing remaining on the city property is the fence. Everything else has been removed? Okay.
Look, are we talking 2 fences, though, George? The brick too, or what's to be done?
This is the back.
I know we got the one in the back that was around the building, it's a wood fence by the maintenance shed.
It's been gone, just the one closest to, the city's,
Okay, that one's still there. Yeah, okay.
They have to be removed and go back, line up with this property.
Any other member of council have?
But there's
Question,
also discussions on the brick fence was encroaching on that property there too. That has not been done.
It's got to be.
Dog back all the time.
Mhm, mhm,
The 31st is my motion.
mhm. Okay, any member of the public have anything to say? Seeing no one coming to the podium. All in favor of the motion to October 31st is it? All of his stuff off of city property. Did I sum that up, Randy?
Yes, sir.
Please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? No?
No.
Okay, October 31st is it. And there will be no more. Repeat, no more. 109 days, did you say, Randy?
31st would be 109 days.
31st be 109 days, plenty of time.
If we're, Mayor, if I can real quick.
Yep.
When I was on council in 2009, we were fighting this battle then. So my vote no is because of that.
Okay.
This has been going on for way too long.
All right. Now we are at 4J, discussion of possible action approving annual payment of the Mid-County Municipal League Central Dispatches portion of the regional radio system cost. Ms. Dowden.
Mayor and City Council, attached is an invoice from the city of Beaumont in the amount of $68,327.39, which represents the Mid-County Municipal League's share of the overall regional radio system cost. The allocations are billed based on the number of radios in service for each stakeholder and or participating city. In the past, in the past years, a port security grant covered a large portion of the radio cost. However, beginning this last fiscal year, it was no longer available, which is why it is coming to council. Our purchasing policy requires city council approve anything in excess of 25,000. So that's why it's before you today. Funds are budgeted in the current year budget to cover the cost. Because of it is being covered by the dispatch fund, the municipal league dispatch fund, funds are allocated in there by the city's population percentage. So that's how the budget
So it's a
is
equal share.
derived. It's not equal, not for dispatch. They are based for the dispatch. It's by population percentage. Of
Right,
course,
each city.
Nederland has the largest population of the three mid-county cities, but
Was it 68K our part or split?
it's
based on
it's the one that's going to be split. It's the whole
So we're not paying
dispatch.
68, we're breaking it down between the sides.
Correct, but we're paying it from dispatch and it
Yes.
requires council.
Yeah, we'll get them ready.
And Terry Morton is here if you have any questions
Morton, yeah.
concerning the radio regional system.
Mayor and council, this is for the regional radio system, like Ms. Dowden said, it's the portion is, there's an overall cost for the Motorola maintenance and the tower cost, and it's broke down, for each entity, and this is just for the dispatch centers, each one of the PSATs, public safety answering points. So this is our portion. Like you said, prior to last year, we had a port security grant paying 75% of this. And we were responsible for 25%, but the national priorities have changed, and last year we got denied our grant. We've built the system on and maintained for 25 plus years. We wrote on that grant, but like I said, the priorities changed. And now we're at the point where we're paying 100% of it.
Okay. Any member of council have a question or a comment?
I make a motion to accept it.
Second.
Okay, motion by Duplant, second by Ortiz. Any member of the public have anything to comment about? Okay, seeing none. All in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it. Thank you, Chief.
He's got one more.
You got one more.
Mhm.
So it's going to be 4K, discussion and possible action approving the annual payment of the city of Nederland's portion of the regional radio system costs.
Mayor and council, attached is an invoice, once again, from the city of Beaumont. This one is in the amount of $33,955.31, which represents the city of Nederland's share of the overall regional radio system cost. As before, the city of Beaumont provides the cost analysis and divides out the cost based on the number of radios in service for each shareholder. Chief Morton's here and he recommends approval. I concur with that.
It's our pro rata share.
Make a motion.
Motion by Sonia, second by Duplan. Any member of council have any questions or comments? Any member of the public have questions or comments? Seeing nobody move toward the podium. All in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Dowden, for that information.
Yes, sir.
4L, discussion and possible action for authorizing the purchase of a trash truck for the Public Works Department via HGAC or other state-approved contract.
Mayor and council, the Public Works Department is requesting authorization to purchase a trash truck for solid waste. The truck would be purchased via buy board. There is a quote in the packet showing the amount. It is a state-approved contract. The new trash truck will replace a 2013 that will be declared surplus and auctioned off at a later date. The purchase price is $312,093.28. That would be paid via the Equipment Replacement Fund Solid Waste. It is budgeted in this fiscal year. Our current budget actually includes an allocation of 330,000. We did not know the exact amount at the time the budget was approved, but there's sufficient funds to purchase this trash truck. Solid Waste Supervisor Kenneth Morrison recommends approval, and he is actually here. I concur with his recommendation.
Mr. Morrison, got anything to add? Okay. Let's see, any questions or comments from council?
How old of a truck has been with us, you know? How old of a truck are we getting rid of? Time ago.
Any other questions or comment from council? Question or comment from the public?
Jolie Shipley, 8765 Holmes Road. I wasn't sure how long the truck had been in service. That wasn't included in what I was able to find in the packet. So I appreciate that information, Mr. Morrison. And I concur, Mr. Zonier, although you probably have more experience than me, that you got a 12-year-old trash truck that runs 4 days a week. It's probably toast. My concern is the purchase of trucks in general. We are still sitting on the Dr. Seuss truck that we spent over $500,000 on less than a year ago that has not moved in over 60 days. I understand it's broken and not working. So without leadership at this time in the Public Works Department, or at least not leadership I've been able to identify, that causes me great concern. When I saw that we were going to spend over $300,000 on a piece of equipment, I would assume it caused you all concern. And I know that we were not worried or watching the $500,000 Dr. Seuss truck that's not cleaning out culverts, not moving, not being used. Not sure if we have anybody even to operate it when you were making these types of purchases, determining the actual need.
I will check into that. Thank you.
Yeah, just for the record, the truck did clean out the gutters on Boston, I believe, just a couple weeks ago on this end at my request. And they also cleaned out the gutters over here at 12th and trying to remember that cross street. It might be Chicago. I don't recall, but they did use the truck to clean out there. So I have seen the truck out. I don't know about the ditching, if it's been used for the culverts, but I have seen the truck within the past few weeks.
I haven't been informed that it's been on the brink, so I will contact Public Works tomorrow and check on it.
Okay.
Make a motion to accept the purchase of the vehicle.
Second.
Trash truck.
Motion by Duplantis, seconded by Sonier to approve. See any other member of the public? I should have asked that. Seeing no one coming up, all in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, no. Ayes have it. 4M, receive an update from Schaumburg and Polk Incorporated regarding smoke testing.
Right.
Mayor and Council Representative, Mr. Steve Jordan with Schaumburg and Polk will provide an update on the 2025 citywide sanitary sewer system study.
Mayor, council, appreciate y'all having me. Give you another quick update. Last time I was here was just a couple of months ago. So, so this is the unreadable copy of the report that I send to Cheryl and Joni as well as the Public Works. But basically, what this says is, to date, we found 825 leaks on the municipal side, 1,534 leaks on the private service side. And I guess the good news for Chief Morton and Chief Carroll is we are just about done with the smoke testing. I think by the end of the week, we will not have two crews running all over town. We will have a little bit more reconnaissance, investigating some manholes and so on. But as far as the actual smoke testing, we should be done by the end of this week. So that those numbers won't change much. Now, we will have some QA/QC that we have to do to review those numbers and review addresses and so on and so forth. Well, I already went over that. But just FYI, this graphic shows the location of all the leaks. Obviously the western section we did last time, so that's not on here. That's all the leaks. This one is the private service side. I mean, I'm sorry, this is the municipal side. So these are all all our municipal leaks that we found.
It looks like you got clusters here and there.
There's a few clusters, yes, Mayor. And those we're going to look at closely for rehab. That'll allow us to prioritize some of that. But the other thing is it's fairly widespread. there's a few clusters, but for the most part, there's no smoking gun. That tells us we found, what the overall problem is. It's just a little bit of everything. So that's where we're at on the smoke testing portion. I will talk just about a little bit about the schedule moving forward. We took, a little bit longer to do the smoke testing. We had a little bit of rain, early in the summer that pushed us off. And now we don't have any rain. So I have, suspended the flow monitoring. We have not put those monitors in the ground yet, and we will not, for a few weeks yet until we start seeing some weather come up before we put that in. Now, that's not going to slow us down too much because we can begin the hydraulic analysis. That flow monitoring will allow us to calibrate the model, but at least we can be building the model and getting that hydraulic analysis ongoing. So that's kind of where we're at right now. I'm not going to push the end date out right now. I think we have time to consolidate things and get things done for y'all in a timely manner. And I'm sure we'll have another update for y'all in a couple months again, just like this, to kind of keep y'all posted on where everything is and so on and so forth. Is there any questions?
Questions from council? Hearing none. Any member of the audience question? Hearing none. Okay, this is not an action item. This is just receiving an update, and we thank you.
Thank you.
4N, discussion and possible action appointing members to the Nederland Economic Development Board. That was requested by me, so let me take the lead on that. I talked to a couple of people, both eminently qualified. One lives outside the city, one lives in the city. If we have qualified people in the city, that is my personal philosophy. We got almost 20,000 people in the city. Yes, sir. I've
been on the count, on the Nederland Economic Development Commission for 2 years.
Let me make my motion first, then we can have a
Go ahead,
discussion. Yeah. So I will appoint or nominate Rustin Penland, who is also a business owner here in town. That's and so now we can have that it doesn't really require a second per se, because it's each of us, it's an appointment, but we will have discussion. And did you want to continue, Councilmember
I
Duplan?
do not understand why we're gonna shake up a good organization already. With Casey has been involved with economic development for many years, not just as a member on our board, but she helped write the evaluation process for the state of Texas. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Mr. Penland at all. I'm just saying that we have someone who has been serving on the Economic Development Corporation already for 2 years and can for up to 6. And I don't see why we're going to change that other than because we want to. Okay. And then the other thing that I've got a question on, we replaced Mr. Dornbos, but no one has sent Mr. Dornbos a letter telling him this. I feel like that's a slight on the man who has done so much for the city.
A letter has gone out? It has gone out.
And
Thursday, and Friday.
And we did that last meeting. Should have come out before it even got close. Nothing on y'all's part.
Okay. Any other discussion by council?
Yeah, I agree with the assessment there on Casey.
Okay. Any other discussion? Any comments from the citizens?
11 North 42nd Street. I'm on the Houston Seaboard. Good name. It is running good. We have a good person running it. And Billy Wayne Dunbar has been with our city and his family ever since it was developed. Now, I wonder why we replaced him. And it's not the only place he was replaced from. In January, he was replaced for this for some reason. For the fire department, whatever that stuff is. I just wonder why are we replacing him? What has he done wrong?
can't see anything wrong, just, I think we talked about it, and I pushed for the appointment, there, chief. It's one, just some kind of change out some fresh new blood. I mean, Mr. Darnball's always gonna be a part of this community, but there's also some other good leaders in business and industry that we need to get involved as well, which is no different when Don put me on EDC many years ago itself. So nothing against him whatsoever. Yeah, I want to make that clear.
I'd like to say Ms. Taylor, same way, she's done an awful good job. It just seems like we're replacing everybody else for some reason. I don't know what we're doing wrong. Since I'm next.
No accusation of wrongdoing by any board member or the board. Okay. Any other discussion? Okay. Yep.
Casey Taylor, RT Technical 4484 Hodgson Road. Mayor and council, last meeting, it was discussed about possible change. The bylaws of the EDC do not coincide with the bylaws of the city council. And currently, I am serving the first term on the EDC board. I'm not up. My term is not up. So therefore, for continuity of the board, it is set up that 2 members rotate or their terms rotate every year. So therefore, you do not have a large change during that. I heard someone say new blood on the board, and everyone has a right to their own opinion. However, I do believe that continuity of leadership, projects, and boards are important. So if it is the council's pleasure that I be removed from the EDC board, understood. However, for 30 years, I have helped businesses in this town. Prior to having my own, I will continue to help businesses in this town, but I do believe there is a maybe an interpretation of that board that is not accurate. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? All right, let's take it to a vote. All in favor of the appointment of Rustin Penland, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? No.
No.
Okay. So she is Miss Casey Taylor staying on. All right. Oh, conduct a public hearing for the purpose of receiving comments. Okay, this is where I have to adjourn the council meeting and start the public hearing, or do I have to read this first?
Help me out.
Yeah, okay. To conduct a public hearing for the purpose of receiving comments regarding the rezoning request from Nederland AC Incorporated to rezone 4 lots addressed as 1308 and 1216 South 27th Street, being the split zoned lots, with each lot having a front portion zoned C2 neighborhood retail commercial and the rear portions being zoned R2 duplex residential, each complete lot being requested to become C2 neighborhood retail commercial. I put the council meeting on hold and call this public meeting to order. All right. There's something I got to read for this though, for the public hearing. It is to, here's the specifics, all the legalities and stuff. To hear and discuss the request from 1308 South 27th for rezoning the back 149.92 feet of Lot 6, Block 4, Tract 1, I guess it's TR, Hillcrest Second acres from R2 to C2. To hear and discuss the request from 1308 South 27th for rezoning the back 89.39 feet of Lot 5, Block 4, Tract 2 of Hillcrest Second acres from R2 to C2. To hear and discuss the request from 1308 South 27th for rezoning the back 72 feet of Lot 5, Block 4, Tract 5 of Hillcrest Second acres from R2 to C2. And I keep wanting to say R2D2. Okay. To hear and discuss the request from 1216 South 27th for rezoning the back 183.40 feet of Lot 5, Block 4, Tract 3 of Hillcrest Second acres from R2 to C2. Mr. Wheeler. Or you have anything, Ms. Dowden, or is it just strictly Mr. Wheeler
You
and,
did fine.
okay. All right, thank you. I learned literacy a long time ago. Thank you for typing it up, though. Okay, anything on the public hearing?
Not part of the council meeting, I suspect, so it is not one of my limited three. It will be my comment during the public hearing, a separate meeting. My name is Jolie Shipley. I'm a 8765 Holmes Road. If you read Appendix A, I've given it to most of you several times now. Appendix A is crystal clear about zoning and what zoning can and can't be done and what zoning must be. Zoning must be, according to Section 3, consistent with the comprehensive master plan. Section 3 also provides that you can't change it unless it's consistent with the master plan. The agenda item on this one says that we are talking about rezoning a split lot. If you look at Section 6, it defines the districts, and a district is R1 or C2. It's the type of zone. And if you look at Section 6, it's all pretty simple. I assume somebody would have pointed this out, but Section 6 goes on to say that the zone, it's Section 6(2)(b), says where the district, whether it's an R or a C, the district boundaries are not otherwise indicated, and where the property has been or may hereafter be divided into different lots, the district boundaries, whether it's a C2 or an R2 or an R1, shall be construed to be the lot lines. In Texas, and Nederland's codes have adopted this, you cannot have a split lot. You cannot have your kitchen and your living room be commercial and your bedroom be residential. If you're on a lot, you're either on a C2 or you're on a R1. It's crystal clear in the code. It absolutely is. Now, this council has the absolute authority to correct, review, amend, whatever, but you got to make sure and you got to make a finding that it matched the master plan if you rezone it. And you don't have a master plan. So I'm going to
Pause your comment. You're not losing your time. So you're saying this council should do nothing.
I didn't say that.
You
This-
keep on harping on the master plan and we don't have one. I'm wondering where you're going with that. Please continue.
What this council can do is clarify without offending the terms of this code that when it was adopted, that the front of the 3 lots that are in question, there's actually 4 because there's a little pie shape back there in the back. Let's forget that for a minute. But the 3 lots that exist are 3 separate, distinct lots. If you go to the south side, it has the activity building where I think there's pumpkins now. It has the sanctuary in the middle section, and it has a vacant area where they are wanting to build on the northernmost lot. The lot itself was clearly delineated in the original zoning maps that I can get my hands on as that is commercial. Everything that fronts 27th Street there is commercial. So if their lot's commercial, it stays commercial till you get to the lot line.
Right.
It can't be part commercial, part residential. It doesn't matter that not you all, but your predecessors said the front of the property, if it faces 27th Street, it's commercial. That designation then continues to the back of the lot. You might have somebody has a 50-foot deep lot or a 100-foot deep lot or a 300 deep lot. It's real simple residential stuff. The whole lot is something. These lots are commercial now. They were commercial on their original deed. They have never been contemplated anything other than commercial. They've never been divided. They've never been replatted. I don't know how, if you gave a permit to Avenue B and Canal in an R1, that you don't understand this is commercial.
And
My suggestion to council would be that someone make a motion to clarify, just in case anybody didn't get it, that section that specifically Appendix A, Section 6, Paragraph 2B says that what it is goes all the way to the back of the lot. It's commercial. Now that still leaves that little bit thing, they'll have to replat with one of the others. But that, you can make a motion to clarify it if anybody was confused. And you don't have to have compliance with the master plan to clarify. You do have to have compliance with the master plan to rezone, but you're not rezoning it. It's already C2. They don't want anything but C2. Leave it C2.
Well, the problem is,
Pull that map up.
yeah,
That's gonna help
Send it to
people understand. Talk about here.
left.
William?
And Mayor, I know what you're saying. When they zoned it through to the mid block.
Yeah, yeah.
But it doesn't matter because your ordinance trumps your map, and your ordinance at the beginning of section 6, you look at.
Well, let me suspend for a second. Let me since this is a public
There it is.
hearing, let me let the public understand the date of this issue. July 19th, 1924. The city of Nederland did not exist. This was drawn by Jefferson County when Nederland was a settlement. Nederland did not become incorporated till April 29th, 1940. So there was no city to draw any lines. This is inherited from Jefferson County. And I don't think, Mr. Wheeler, you didn't discover this until a few months ago, until they requested this. So we have everyone, the property owners have assumed, and I'm not going to put words in y'all's mouth, but I'm thinking y'all assumed this whole thing was commercial. Uh-huh. Okay. And so we got to fix an issue.
So this is, the purpose is the yellow here, what is?
That's R2.
So what we have.
27th is at the bottom there.
It's C2.
You lower the TV? No, I'm kidding.
Got C2 here, and then we have this,
Those little sections.
calling it a property line, but your property actually goes all the way.
Correct.
This is
The first 350 foot off 27th Street. It's all the green. And we're needing the yellow to be green.
Right, but this is all one property, but it's, yeah.
It's all 3 properties.
And now you cross.
Right,
Yes.
okay, so this is what's in question right here, as far as the zoning.
So in section 6 of Appendix A, the map is adopted, but it tells you that the boundaries of the districts are established on the map, but notations, reference, legends, and it goes on to say, and it says how to interpret the map. And it says, if you're going to interpret the map, I didn't write this, I think Mr. Hughes did, but your predecessors adopted. If you're going to interpret the map, the lot lines end your district, not the imaginary map line, the lot line. So they happened to have bought a medium lot for the first one, a small lot for the middle one, and a large lot for the last one, the northernmost one. And when it's never been divided, it's never been replatted and put back together. It's technically not one, it's 3 separate lots. And all 3 lots are commercial because you can't have a multi-zoned lot.
Okay.
And you also can't rezone because you don't have a master plan. So
Come to a
just
conclusion, please.
make a motion to clarify it if everybody's too confused to figure it out. Otherwise,
Do we need a motion to clarify? Can we
Hold
just
on,
discuss?
hold on. We can't do anything.
Hello, everybody. My name is John Ortiz. I live at 2811 Nashville in Nederland. I want to just I want some clarification on, if I'm not mistaken, 3 meetings ago, you guys had a conversation about a master plan. And I believe it was said that y'all found it at the library. So do we have that?
It is on the city's website. It's called a comprehensive plan, but basically it is a master plan.
So are there any neighbors here that are against this? If so, come on up and let's discuss it. Hopefully I can do that. Okay, are you against?
Just your name and address, sir, since.
Nolan Tips, I live at 27 Avenue, Keene, in their front door. Okay. Rezone.
Use the mic, please, sir.
Building. And y'all be done with all this. This is the second meeting you've had, still ain't got nowhere. Y'all need to get this church going. Y'all are holding them up, the church is laying on the ground waiting to be built. I go by there every day and look, and these people are trying to do this right. Needling needs to get with it.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. And I just want to say, I'm Pastor Jackson, 1308 South 27th Street. We have went to our neighbors. Y'all don't want to upset citizens. We don't want to upset neighbors. We've went to them. Letters have been sent to them. Is that correct, Mr. George? We have had zero pushback. We've had neighbors come to the property, ask us what we're doing, and they seem excited about it as of now. So we did our due diligence even before it came to you guys. We don't want to upset neighbors. We have to build there, be there. So we have done that. Just as a fellow friend and fellow pastor, I wish that you guys would just move on it because they have been waiting on it. They've been an incredible citizens, credible supporters of this community.
My name is Jackie Toops. I live at 613 North 14th. What has legal counsel told y'all about this? What can be done? I mean, I'm just curious about it because I've always understood that on a situation like this, with it all being under one, these lots, yes, there is a green or line across their imaginary line that divides the C2 from the or C1, C2 between that and the R2. I've always understood by state law that the larger zone takes over, is what I have always understood. I don't know that. I would like to know if council says that because I've always understood when it's like this and it's an imaginary line, that the larger zone is the one that takes that has the most property, takes over, and that is the one. So that would already make all of those a commercial. There would be nothing really that needs to be done except y'all clarify the fact that it's done.
Mr. Levens, is there anything legally?
Well, so I mean, I'm just seeing the different maps now, so I'm trying to put part of this together. Excuse me. And so where the actual property lines are, I mean, I'm not certain on that and how this is actually drawn because the three different maps don't seem to really line up. I do agree, under the ordinances and it's typically, I mean, you're not going to have a split zoning. And so, you know, I would presume that would all be commercial, but just with the caveat, just seeing some of these, I don't know the dates, like of the second map, I don't know where that came from. So if there's still questions, I'm happy to go look at this a little bit further, but I mean, as the general matter, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't expect to see it split like that. And my question would be how it got that way.
Through probably 100 years of forgetting that the original thing existed.
Right, because
Yeah.
it looks like from 1924, those lots are all the way the depth between those two streets.
Right.
So
It's a good
well, under general Texas law would be the least restrictive.
And we want to move forward with this. I mean, the first planning and zoning meeting, you know, they made no decision with it. So Mayor and I went to the last one over there. So planning and zoning, you know, approved at that point. So we need to move forward, let these guys, you know, and do it all legally is my goal tonight.
Yep.
Reverend James Corcoran. I'm the old man that started the whole mess over 40-something years. Mr. Neal's been knowing me 40-something years. I built many things in Nederland. I have never seen such a charade as what's going on right now. I am lost as two boys kissing, okay? I'm telling you, this is stupid. Okay? What y'all don't understand is we can build the church on R1 or 5.9 or 2.7. It don't matter. Why can't we get a permit?
We will be closing out the public hearing and taking action. We can't take action during the public hearing. We can't take action during the public hearing. I'll call the council back into session and we'll vote. Right. But as long as people keep up here wanting to talk, I have to let them talk during the public hearing. So as soon. So if anyone wants to speak against, please come up. We've heard a bunch for, so hearing no more, assuming I hear no more, that would be anyone that would be against, we're going to close the public hearing. The public hearing is now closed. And now we are back. That's the city council. Quick change artists. P, discussion and possible action regarding a request from Needland AC Incorporated to rezone 4 lots that I read in great detail a little while ago, addressed as 1308 and 1216 South 27th Street, being the split zone lots, with each lot having a front portion zoned C2 neighborhood retail commercial and the rear portions being zoned R2 duplex residential, each complete lot being requested to become C2 neighborhood retail commercial. Do I have a motion, council?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Sonia, second by Jones.
Well, I have a question.
He said to become C2 neighborhood retail commercial. That's what your motion is, isn't it, council?
Correct.
To clarify.
Rezone, clarify, H2O water.
Yeah.
I think to rezone it, you're gonna actually have to have a motion to that effect.
Okay. Do you want a
Yeah,
motion to
motion
clarify?
rezone and to clarify.
Well, one or the other.
Yes.
One or the other.
Motion to rezone. Yes.
Clarify, you don't need a motion.
Yeah, right.
I have a question.
I made the motion to rezone.
Well,
Yeah.
we have a question.
So the church that the property is sitting on is commercial, it's a commercial building. We all know this. But from what it looks like on the map, it seems to me that the church is actually sitting on both lots, the duplex and I can assume it's sitting on the duplex and the commercial zone. It's one lot. Well, I realize that, but it's one lot. From what I'm understanding on the zoning on Appendix A, if the lot is commercial, it's commercial all the way. It's not.
So,
Yes.
And if we have, the
So-
owner here stating that's how he bought it, then it's an error on the city side on the map.
So.
It's
Before we work.
So let's have a motion to clarify that everything is C2. Would that be easier, Chris?
Well, and then I think Randy will need to withdraw his motion.
I will amend my motion that everything is a C2 for this property.
To clarify that everything is C2.
C2, yes.
Okay, do we have a second on
Second.
that? Motion by Sonia, seconded by Ortiz to clarify that every bit of property that Needland AC Inc. owns out there. Exactly. You're hoping to get people in the cool section, not the heated section. Okay. Right. Okay. It's non-smoking versus smoking. I get that. That everything out there is going to be C2. Clarify that the whole chunk is C2.
Yes.
All right. We've had adequate discussion, so we're going to go straight to a vote. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. I learned a long time ago in Robert's Rules of Order, as long as people are talking, I have to let them talk. So you may be talking yourself out of action by continuing to talk. So sometime you just got to go, okay, no more. So I got you there. I got you to the resolution you want. I hope everyone is happy, or at least. Thank you. Receive update, Q, receive update from building official regarding an Avenue H property. Please, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to talk, please take it outside. Please, we still have business. Ms. Dowden, you have a write-up on this.
Yes, sir. The chief building official, Mr. Wheeler, will provide an update on the status of a property located at 2120 Avenue H.
Mr. Wheeler.
Mayor, council, on August the 28th or thereabouts, I sent a letter to Mr. Akram, 2120 Avenue H. In this letter, gave him 30 days. He signed for the certified letter on August the 29th. So this letter gave him 30 days to remove any dwelling over two. It was understand that he could possibly be having more than two. More than two would make it multifamily, and we know that multifamily can't go by right into a commercial zoning. So the letter gave him 30 days to remove one but two, call for inspection, and then go from there.
And 30 days would have been September 28th,
It would be September 29th.
29th. Okay, well,
They signed.
well, it'd be 28 because 31 days in August. But anyway, go ahead. Hanging them plus on a day.
He sent an appeal to appeal to the zoning board of appeals, claiming that the building official's decision order violation is wrong. And so we have a zoning board of appeals meeting tomorrow night, 5 o'clock, to hear his appeal.
But for the record also, George, we need to make sure this is covered. All the modifications and things he made were without a permit as well,
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
which is
I mean, the
surprising.
end result is to move it all.
Yeah.
And then I go in there and make sure that if he's gonna keep the duplex, make sure that the separating wall goes all the way up to the roof decking.
Yes,
to what
that
I
was the
already-
original, that was original there. So my question also, when you start looking and energy comes in to add more meter cans and all that, are they not looking at permits from the city? When they put in additional cans? I mean, I
Yeah,
I
they
just can't
do.
call and get a new meter put into my
Sure.
house without some permit
The
there.
only
And it's no
inspection
different than
I
this one
did-
that came up on 30th Street. So, yeah.
Well, the only inspection I did was a name change permit for the existing meter.
Then they added some, so they did that without our knowledge. Somewhere then.
And this is the property that has the A, B, C, D with all the multiple mailboxes.
Yeah, see what
Okay, make sure I
McFarland-
looked at it right.
McFarland Florist.
Okay.
That's what the building is.
Yeah.
Zell McFarland or.
Yeah.
Right.
What dance studio was?
Dance studio, flower shop, you name it. So, yeah.
Now, before that, it was,
was a flower-
Tesla.
Tesla's.
It
There
was
was a
Tesla
flower shop and then the other one. So,
So
Chips,
Yep.
well, no, it was after Heslop's, then it was Pat Riley Funeral Home, then it was, Estrella, yeah.
So he has in your opinion, he has multiple violations.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
End result is to get rid of all the dwellings. Dwelling consists of a kitchen for cooking, a bathroom for sanitation, bedrooms for sleeping, and area for living.
Does,
If he's got more than two of them, he's gotta get rid of them, then he's gotta make sure he does what I tell him to do to make sure the inspections will pass on the two that's left, if that's what he.
Yeah.
wants.
does it even have air conditioning? Every time I drive by that place, it's 90 degrees outside and the windows are open. Yeah. 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 Now, maybe when you're
No
from,
permits. in place.
okay. Yeah. So anyone who's interested can come to 1903 Atlanta at 5 o'clock tomorrow and hear the gentleman's appeal and be heard there. Yeah, but the really an appropriate time will be tomorrow at the thing, because we're just receiving information, but go ahead, yeah.
Receive my information, Jolie Shipley, 8765 Holmes Road. My question is, has Mr. Wheeler been able to do an inspection or a walkthrough? And so if he hasn't, and he knows it's in violation of all of these things, it's kind of like the Flanagan Building downtown Beaumont. Once it was unsafe, you put a big sticker on it and everybody's got to get out. What I'm hearing is, do we even know how many bathrooms are in it? Do we know how many kitchens are in it?
He's told me it's more than two.
Okay, and I think based on his appeal on that agenda, it says there's 4 units. There appears to be 5 exterior doors. But it would require it, if it's 4 units, not 5, or 5 units, not 4, a bathroom and a kitchen for each one. And we don't even know because they've not allowed the inspection that it's sanitary, that they're pooping in toilets. So that's a reason for a red tag. That is a safety concern. There's also 4 units, but there isn't 4 electrical accounts. And that's required for each individual unit to have its own breaker box or panel box. In that its own panel. And so if we've not been able to confirm that the people in unit B can get to a panel, that's a safety hazard. And so I would say that, and I guess it would fall on Ms. Dowden, not council, to direct Mr. Wheeler, that a red tag to vacate it immediately, to close it down would be appropriate, just like you would a burned down house or something like that, to allow it to stay there and allow people to live in it without proper sanitary confirmation that there's proper sanitary, but even to get the electrical meters that were in, Entergy would have required a letter from the building official's office. And so we've got kind of a conflict there. So I know that the Board of Appeals will make a recommendation tomorrow night, but then you're looking at whatever they recommend either way, not coming back before you. And in the meantime, if there's a fire in place and somebody's hurt, you got a guy with a duty over here under state law that he knows it's not safe, doesn't have it. You might want to look into what his responsibility is before you allow him to breach that responsibility and create additional liability on the city.
I would like a fire inspection there, fire safety inspection,
I will get with Chief Morton.
because I did building inspections as part of my job with the United States Department of Labor. And just looking at that building on the outside, I don't want to prejudice the by saying too much for the hearing tomorrow. But it wouldn't pass anything.
I'm Jackie Tube, 613 North 14th. I'm on the appeal board and I have a question for you. The man that has sent the letter stating he owns the property and all that is not the person on JCAT. And he has stated that he owns the property, that he did all the work and states in there. And that's what I wanted to ask you. Why is he doing all of this? Is he registered with you as being the person that can speak for this? Because he is not the owner and he should be registered as the spokesman for it. And he is not anywhere on JCAT. He is not the owner.
It did have Mr. Reef and Mr. Khalil.
Because he is not.
On JCAT, it lists Mr. Reef first, and in the mailing address, Mr. Khalil is right above the mailing. Okay. I pulled I went on to the,
Let Ms. Dowd finish her statement. Just one sec. She was answering your question.
okay, I looked on the city clerk's website and I can pull that, but what I'd found, both of their names were on the deed that I located. Right. I'm going to find out for sure. I'll get with the county and see if we can get a copy of the deed for your meeting tomorrow. Thank you for that. Sure.
Okay, any other public comment on this item? Because it's not an action item, it's just to receive an update. If you're interested, go to the meeting tomorrow. Number 5, executive session, no public discussion on these items. The city council will announce that it will go into executive session pursuant to chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code to discuss matters as specifically listed on the agenda or as authorized by law. Consultation with city attorney, Texas Government Code, chapter 551. Please, we're still up. I'm trying to close out this. 551.071, selection and contract negotiations regarding search firms for city manager and interim city manager. It is 7:12 p.m. We'll be back when we're back. Mommy, there's a weird man.
Handsome and beautiful.
All right, it is 7:40. We are out of executive session. Number 7, discussion and possible action regarding the selection of an executive search firm to assist with the recruitment of a city manager and to discuss the possibility of hiring an interim city manager recommended by Texas First Group. No action. Be on the lookout for a notice tonight to have a special session of city council on Friday, October